Greetings, people. It's Mr. Pull the Trigger yet again on another episode of the Enlightenment series.
Hey, Mr. Pull the Trigger. I just pulled it. That's 150k. Hey. I'm calling the shot right now. I just pulled it. 150 cash. So, what do you call me? I'm the baddest. Mama Chichi. Love you. Love you crazy.
So, there's a point I want to make to people, especially the believers, people that go to these churches, people that tithe, people that put their seeds constantly on the altar as a sacrifice, as an offering to God, and say our prayers will be heard because we have given our all to the men of God. And I'm not talking just about ordinary people. I'm talking about people that are living below the poverty datum line, people that are sacrificing their all in these churches, who go and take loans, people who go and sell their houses, sell their cars, take all the money from their savings to come and give to church so that the gospel can move forward, so that the ministry, the work of God can be taken to another level. I'm appealing to those people. Do you have 200,000 US dollars with you right now? Okay, let's talk about the people in Mercy City, people that are defending Papa J, or people that are in any of these shrines. Do you have this kind of money? Have you ever smelt it? Have you ever gotten close, proximity-wise, close to it? Do you know how it feels to have 200,000 US dollars next to you or in your account, or to just have a promise that you'll get 200,000 US dollars? Or maybe when I say 200,000, it's sounding too far-fetched. It's just because it's 200,000 and you're in Nigeria, 200,000, and you try to balance 200,000 naira, 200,000 United States dollars. Come on, it's just 200,000. Okay, let me put it in your currency so that you understand where I'm coming from and where I'm going. Let's check on Google how much. Let's check the exchange rate of how much $200,000 is in naira. 200,000 USD in naira. It's 83 million naira. 83 million naira. Okay, what can you do with 83 million naira? You can do a lot. You can do everything, can't you? Okay, you that is in Nigeria, what can you do with this amount of money? Everything and anything. This is the money that they bring to silence people. I know there are many bloggers that come, that lie, that listen, we were offered money, they wanted to give us this amount of money. They are all lying. These bloggers can never say no to money. They can never. You can hear them today, they can come and say, we were offered this money, we were offered this money. All they can do is to tell you that we were offered this money, but they can't prove it. But here I'm proving it to you that there was 200,000 naira. There is still 200,000 US dollars. That is meant for Mr. PDT, which was supposed to come and compensate me for that illegal detention that they set me up, and subliminary also come and keep me biased. And it's more like a bribe in disguise to say, okay, we know we did this to you, but let us give you this amount of money so that you forget about what we did to you. Maybe when you forget about what we did to you, when we got you arrested, when we got you detained, you might as well forget about this case of baby testimony. You might as well put this man aside. You might as well put Omoto for Fame aside because he has given you 200,000 US dollars. Could you have said no to it? I'm asking you now, you my people. Could you have said no to it? It's one thing to say, I'll not take money when it comes. And it's one thing to say, I'll never fall for this when the money actually comes. Could you have said no to it? Who could have said no to 200,000 US dollars? To 83 million naira? This is money that is in cash. It's not money that is being promised that we will give you this. It's money that has already been given to say, give this money to Mr. PDT. Give this 200,000 US dollars to Mr. PDT. I could have taken it and I could have bought myself an Urus, a yellow Urus, Lamborghini Urus. I could be roaming the streets of Santin right now. Loud music, four pipe, pa, 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 living the life. But one thing that they do not understand, one thing that they do not know, is this case that you are trying to fight for. It has nothing to do with money. It has nothing to do with damage control. It has nothing to do with the anger that I have for these people for what they did to me. It has nothing to do with it. This is a separate case altogether. The case of baby testimony, it's way too separate from everything else that they can think of. For what they did to me, of course, you people still have to compensate me. You have to put your heads together and agree and empty your bank accounts and see how much you can equate to the emotional trauma that I went through when you bought your people that you bought. That's an episode that we'll get into. I just don't want it to distract us from the pursuit of justice for baby testimony. For that one, we'll deal with it at a later stage. Someone would ask, why would you even be in these negotiations? I have to be in these money negotiations with them. Because the only way you can tell if someone is guilty is when they're willing to pay for you to zip your mouth. If someone has nothing to hide, if someone has a clear conscience, they don't care how many lies you pile on their heads. Because they have nothing to defend, they have nothing to hide. If you are lying, if I come here and then we start lying about these people, they wouldn't care. They wouldn't even come after me. They wouldn't even think of giving me money if I'm lying about them. If their conscience is clear, because lies never connect. No matter how many times you try to make lies connect, they never come together in harmony. One lie after the other will only leave people confused. And like this case of baby testimony, it has been consistent. That's why even someone who starts listening to this case can connect to it, can even have the affinity to rewind all the episodes and start watching me from the beginning. Because it makes sense no matter how many times you talk about it, no matter at what stage you catch the wind of it. It's only the truth that makes people want to pay people money. When I tell you about these charlatans, I've been involved with them. I would go to all of them and say, listen, there's a case A, B, C, D, like this, like this. Is it true you did this? Are you sure? They will agree, yes, we did it. What can we do? How can we silence the ones that are talking about it? How can we pay off the bloggers to stop talking about it? Let's do it. There'll be a launch. There'll be money that will be put out of the system to go and bribe every blogger. Don't post this. Don't post this. Don't post this. That's damage control. Instead, post this to clear the name. Post this to clear the name. There's no need to manage an image or to repair an image or to do damage control if there are lies being told about you. There's no need for damage control. It's only the truth that makes them want to pay money to silence that truth. So if you test someone to ask them to say, there's this case, what do you know about it? Omoto, there's this case of the missing baby. What do you know about it? It did not have to take Omoto to hire several TV stations, to hire God's Love, to hire Chioma Johnson, to hire all these bloggers and pay them to do damage control for him. If this man had nothing to do with it, if he knew nothing about it, he would come openly himself. People, this is my side of the story. This is all that I know about this case. But he'll never do that. He would rather waste money on these Chioma Johnsons, on these God's Love. Where is God's Love now? We don't know. Where there's truth, there's always an element of these charlatans wanting to pay money. Recently, we've been dealing with another case of another criminal pastor in Nigeria This one of Dunamis and his wife. They have Mr. Igoche. They wanted to negotiate with Mr. Igoche to say, okay, admit to this crime and we will give you money, we will give you benefits. We will give you A, B, C, D, and E. Just agree, just sign that you did it. Sign that you are a rapist. Sign that you are a child molester. And we'll give you very good benefits. We'll write you very good recommendations. Their modus operandi is the same. They operate with the same rule book. Don't even think they are different. Don't judge them by the number of the gullible masses that they've gathered together, that they've managed to fool, that they've managed to deceive. No, test them, judge them by the Spirit, by their acts. If Elisha was a true man of God, he wouldn't be having a case or sending a guy to prison whom he is accusing of child molestation, and he can't provide proof of his accusations or his allegations, but he will send his wife to go and negotiate with the same person whom they're accusing of being a child molester to say, okay, admit that you did it, and we'll give you money, we'll give you benefits, we'll write you a good recommendation. They are all the same. Take it from me, they're all the same. So the purpose of this conversation, the purpose of this video, and the questions we need to ask Ogala, before we expose Ogala, we need to ask the questions. Before we ask Ogala questions, let me ask Omoto questions. Omoto, this money is close to 200,000 US dollars. How much was demanded from you in the name of Prof X? That's the question I want to ask you. Because chances are they came and said Prof X wants 1 million US dollars. Yeah, just Omoto also, I also want to, be on your side a little bit so that I can show you the truth. Because I know you are clouded with ignorance. You don't even take time to analyze who is for you and who is against you. Okafor is not for you. Chioma Johnson is not for you. They will surround themselves around you just to collect, just to take money and put you in more deep trouble. So that's the question I'm asking you. Did they demand 200,000 or they demanded 1 million? This is the proof that to me they said they have 200,000 US dollars. But Omoto, you know the truth. How much did they demand or how much did you give out? You could have given out 1 million. Because Okafor could have told you, or Chioma could have told you that he needs 1 million US dollars. And you actually gave 1 million, trusting them, believing them, that they're being legit with you. They're actually meaning good for you. Yet they're actually milking you. I don't mind you being milked or them tricking you or robbing you, because you do that to everyone that is following you, to masses, to international guests. So these are just scammers scamming each other. We don't care about that. But I just want to make sure that you also know that these people are not for you. They've put you in this position when you thought they meant good for you. And now we have Ogala here, who's flashing and sending me videos of money of 200,000 US dollars. Has this money been accounted for? This is foreign currency, people. These are not nairas. If they were nairas, we would say it's offering. This is 200,000 US dollars. You don't do this in America without accounting or telling people where this money is coming from. Where is this money coming from? The question is, what did Ogala do with this money? Because I told her to send it back. After I had a little discourse with her, I had a bit of an argument when she said, come and get it in Nigeria. Come to Nigeria and get it. Your money is ready. There are so many reasons why they wanted me to go to Nigeria. And the reason why they wanted me to go to Nigeria, Chioma was saying, now come and get the money. I go and pick that money. On my way out, they'll just call the authorities. They might have actually wanted me to pick it at the airport. Then I'll be sued. I'll be arrested for money laundering, because I'll be asked, where is this money coming from? What is this money for? This project, you people, you might see it light. It was a very huge thing that they meant to achieve out of this. And the reason why they wanted to silence me and just throw me under the bus so that we don't talk about baby testimony. But the spirit of this baby testimony will fight on its own. Even if I'm not here, There are many gallant soldiers out there who are still going to make much noise than the little noise that I'm making. You are starving in your homes. You don't have food. You're on your knees praying in tongues. Going there, shakara makara, and you're poor, you're broke. You don't know what you're going to eat tomorrow. You don't have money, tuition fees for your kids, and your papa is throwing out money like this. If this gentleman had nothing to do with this, would they pay this much? I'm just asking a question. Just a simple question. So I want to let you listen to the negotiation that I did with the Doris Ogala. When we were talking about this, was it? She was saying it's 150,000, but it was actually 200 and something thousand, 220,000 or something like that, according to her. It was about 200,000 or 220,000. So we had a conversation when she received this money, and she was calling me to tell me that, listen, I spoke with this guy, with these guys. She was saying guys, in quotes, guys. I spoke with these guys. They actually said, we'll give you 100, we'll give you 150, or we'll give you 200,000. We just listen to the conversation and then we can analyze it after.
You asked me to pull through.
What did you pull through, Mama Chioma?
Okay, now you call me Mama Choma. I was calling you since morning. You did not pick my call. Now you
busy.
call me Mama Choma. Beg, these are people paid 150,000. So, I sent it to you there.
As big as they are they not ashamed?
Eh?
As big as they are they not ashamed of themselves?
That's what I'm able to get now. What do you want me to do again? I beg, I don't have that strength again to go and do again. Want me to continue and persuading them over 200. They said what they can get is from 150.
Who keeps calling me?
Eh?
There's noise where you are. There's too much wind there.
I'm lying down. There's no noise, guy. You can't hear me.
So
Last time you were calling me that I told you I wanted to call you back. We were negotiating it.
So who came to the round table? Who and who and who?
No, we already talked on the phone, so they sent the representative.
Is Omoto part of it, or be honest with me?
This is all of them thing.
All of them,
all of them things.
Including Omoto.
This is all the people who you feel that offended you. One person represented them.
What do you mean who I feel?
Like, they are the ones now that offended you now. What are you asking me again? This is what they offered. And they offered, I think I told you I was on 200.
But if you say, but if you say that these are the people that you feel, it's like I'm accusing them of something that they are not liable to.
Was I there?
Are you on my side?
Do I know what happened?
Are you on my side or not?
I'm only saying what you said. I'm saying what you said now.
No, I'm asking, are you on my side or not?
If I'm not on your side, I will risk my life for this kind of thing.
So why are you saying that these are the people?
Reach out to them. I will now go and reach out to them on what basis?
So why are you saying?
This money freaked me.
That's
I'm telling you that I've done what you asked me to do. I've sent the money, and now they've given it. I've done it. That time you called me, they sent somebody to bring it, and I pick it. So what kind of question are you asking me again? I should be telling you this one, this one, this one. One person is the representative. So all the people you feel that offended you,
there's a reason. There's a reason I'm asking that question. Stop just blowing out of proportion for nothing.
What reason are you asking?
No, why are you stop blowing out of proportion for nothing.
So what reason are you asking the question?
No, you don't ask me the reason why I'm asking the question when you failed to answer the question.
Don't ask me any question. I've done what you sent me to go and do. Don't be asking me question. Go and you asked me to do this thing, and it is one person which is what you told me they offended you. This is what they gave for your damage, whatever you say, damage or whatever.
You see, I don't like what you are talking. Okay, can you tell me when you are chilled, please? Can you tell me when you've cooled off? I
No,
don't
because
like
you're asking me unnecessary
I don't
questions
like this
now. Why do you want
tonality
me
of
to go
yours.
start mentioning them as if I saw
I
I
don't
didn't
like
see
this tonality
anybody.
of yours. Call me back when
They
you're
sent
settled.
somebody. No,
No,
because
no.
you
I'm not going
stress
to have
me.
this
I went
discussion.
out of my way to do what you
Listen.
asked me to go and do. Now at the end of the day, now you're asking me questions only to go and start mentioning
Listen.
names.
You might
I
as well
didn't see
send it
any
back.
of these
You
people.
might as well send it back to them again. Don't come here and start talking anyhow.
Whatever.
Okay, it's fine.
Whatever.
All right, whatever. Mama Chioma on the phone, aka Doris OG Ogala. Ha, this woman. Now she's calling me now. I'm trying to get her on record to mention the people that have paid this money. I asked her, is Jeremiah Omoto involved? She can't answer that question because she probably knows I'm recording her. So she's saying that they paid 150,000. And when she's saying they paid 150,000, we're talking about Jeremiah Omoto. I'm assuming Jeremiah Omoto, Johnson Suleiman, Isaac Idahosa, Chris Okafor, and Joshua Iginla. These are the people that got me detained. These are the people that set me up. And Chioma is playing the devil's advocate. She's trying to bring them to the table so that they can compensate me. So I'm trying to talk to her so that she can tell me who paid. She does not want to. So I'm trying to shake her a little bit because we all need this information on record. And this conversation is happening today. What time is it? It's 1925 and the day is Tuesday, 26 April. Hi Bixby, let's ask Bixby. What time is it? It's 1925. Hi Bixby. What date is it? Today is Tuesday, April 26th. Exactly. So that's the time that I'm having this discussion with Chioma, aka Doris Ogala. She has negotiated for 150,000 from the charlatans for them to pay damages, the damages that they've caused. But I know the 150, she has probably taken 50k for herself. I'm praying that this money comes so that we can use it as exhibit. We need to use it as exhibit. You people need to know how these people operate. Not just only know, we need to sue. I need to sue all of them. I need to bring all of them to book. They are criminals. They are jackals. They think they can get out of anything with money. They think money can rescue them out of any situation. Not this time around. This is the time that they all crumble. The time that they all suffer. The time that they all come to ruins. So I'll check you again on the next conspiracy theory of my detainment, illegal detainment. This Mr. Pull the Trigger. I'm out. So having heard this was my discussion. I think I also highlighted the time at which this conversation happened. So the questions we will ask Omoto now is he going to come out again and say that Chioma was coming the same way that he did with God's love? How is Omoto going to distance himself from Doris Ogala? Was Doris Ogala Jeremiah Omoto's mouthpiece? Was she doing this in her own in her own interest, or she was doing it on behalf of Omoto for fame? So, what is the response from Omoto for fame from this? Were they working together with Chioma Johnson, with Doris Ogala? Because chances are he will try to distance himself again. Then, if you say Chioma Johnson scammed you, this is the time for you to get Doris Ogala arrested. If you have nothing to do with her, this is the time for you to get her arrested. The same way you got God's love arrested, even though we know God's love was for you. Are you going to do the same thing again with Doris Ogala and Chris Okafor? Just simple questions that we are asking. This case of baby testimony will expose all of them one by one. One might say, okay, people, let's focus on the case. This is what makes up the case. When all these dots will start connecting, then you will understand the gravity of this case. This is not a simple case. And it keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Some will say, you can't keep talking about it here. People, just pay attention to what I'm talking about and let the rest take care of itself. For the rest is actually taking care of itself. They will be hit with something that they do not know. They will not see it coming. They won't. The world is watching. And some would say, take it to the International Criminal Court. There are procedures, steps, and processes and protocols that should be observed. So just be here with me. There's no single episode that I bring out here that does not aid to the case of baby testimony. And my advice to Omoto for fame, the longer you delay justice for this boy, the harder it is going to be for you to rise back again. If I were you, what I would do, drop that boy anywhere. Baby testimony is not far, people. He's not far. He's not anywhere far. It's very close. We've given these people all the chances that they needed to do the right thing. This could have been a bygone case. But I'm sure they still had hope in Chioma that Chioma will be the one that can make this case, that can strike this case off balance and make it a bygone. Now that your Doris Ogala is a fallen soldier, what's next? What's your next plan? You keep running out of plans. And you keep running out of time. Take your money, keep it. For now, give us that boy. We can talk about money after the boy is out. We can negotiate after the boy is out. Omoto, do you know we can even forget about you after the boy is out? I promised you this, I think, several times. That there's nothing that can ever be done to silence the case of baby testimony. No amount of money can ever equate to the life of baby testimony. No amount of money. So I hope you people of Mercy City, you do the right thing. I know you love your father, you want to support him in all, but put him to question, hold him accountable. Let's reason together as people who care for humanity. There's a life of a child at stake, and the mother wants the child back. What can we do about it? And the last time the child was seen was at Mercy City at your father's shrine. I know you have love for him, but there's nothing wrong asking him questions or encouraging him to do something about it. The spirit of baby testimony will fight anyone that tries funny tricks with this case. You have seen all of them that tried. Where are they now? They are history. So with that being said, I'll check you again on the next episode of the Enlightenment series. It's Mr. Pull the Trigger. I'm out.